What's up, YouTube? I'm about to try to make Kenji's egg drop soup. And I have tried to make egg drop soup a bunch of times in the past and never really did it very successfully. So today I'm going to try again and use Kenji's technique. All right, first up, we gotta add some ginger and some spring onion to our chicken broth. And this is just to flavor the broth. So, don't need to peel it or anything. Great. Let's bring it over to the broth. There we go. Try and bring that up to a simmer here. Next, we've got, so we have broth-wise, we have about 2.5 liters of broth, and based on Kenji's recommendation, I'm thinking about a tablespoon of cornstarch per 500 mils. So here we have 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're going to add a little bit of water to that, and whisk it up. There we go, a little bit of water. Mix that together, and that looks pretty good. Okay. We're going to want a bit of spring onion for garnish, so we'll go ahead and get that going here. Just nice and thin, and as Kenji recommended, I'm going to try doing backstrokes here. So as I understand it, the intention with the backstroke version here is that you get more horizontal motion. So there's less, you're less liable to crush the onion. All right, I think we'll throw these tops back in because I prefer to garnish with the bottoms there. So we'll throw these into the top, into the soup. Excellent. So we have our garnish here. And next we need to whisk up a couple eggs. Put those in a bowl. So I want to crack on a flat surface. That prevents the shell from going into the egg. And we just use our thumb to split the eggshell. There we go. Oh, try not to drop it. Okay. And now I'll use the chopsticks to do a little whisking here. Great. All right. Don't want it too broken up because we want those strands of egg. Still trying to get this up to a simmer. We're going to turn the heat up here. It smells good. It smells real good. Oops. Definitely need some salt too. Alright, so we're starting to simmer. Decided to go ahead and add an extra egg here. I think Kenji would have a little bit less broth. So we'll bring this down a little bit. Okay, we'll make sure that we get our cornstarch nice and mixed in with our water here. So we're going to whisk this in a little bit. Time. Keep an eye on what we've got going here. Kenji could sort of tell by the way it whisked whether or not the thickness was there, but honestly, I don't have that much faith in my ability to do that. I'm going to taste it here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the ginger and spring onion are definitely doing their job. I would say it needs a bit more body. I'm going to add another tablespoon or two. There we go. Mix in another couple tablespoons of starch here. I think we're just going to call it. Get her back up to a simmer here. Taste it again. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. Maybe add more salt. Good. All right. So the onion and ginger have done their part. Let's get them out of here. I saw Kenji do this with his chopsticks, which I thought looked pretty badass. We're going to try and do the same thing here. But I think normally I'd probably just use a spider. Let's see if I can get it all. Okay, I feel very chefy. Come here. Come here. Nope. Not that one. A little bit like bobbing for apples or something. There we go. There's one. More in here? Should be a little bit more, right? A little piece. Oh, found you. Hey, come here. All right, spider turn. There we go. Less chefy, more engineering. Okay, great. Done. Now, this was interesting. The idea here was, so I think we don't want too many bubbles because we want to keep we want it just simmering because we want the egg to not break apart too much and get cloudy. And then we sort of go back and forth on the chopsticks with the egg like this. That's what he was doing. And the idea is to get strands of egg and not stir it up so much so that those strands remain intact. And my usual problem with egg drop soup, whenever I put egg in soup, is that I end up with just a kind of egg cloud. So that seems to have worked out pretty well. It looks good so far. Now I'm really nervous to actually try and stir that up at all. And so maybe I won't. I will just let it kind of sit there, except that I just can't help myself. I kind of want to see what's going to happen if I push it apart a little bit. Just go real gentle here. Yeah, look at that. You can pull it apart. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think we may have done it, folks. This might actually be the most representative egg drop soup I've ever accomplished. Okay, really got to stop stirring. Compulsive stir. I'm sure some of you know what that's like. That looks good. I'm happy. All right, I'm going to turn this off. Oh, there's a big old chunk there, so I probably should have stirred just a little bit more. Look at this. Let's see this piece here. Maybe that didn't get that snuck past my chopsticks, I'm guessing. All right, we'll go ahead and eat that part so nobody else sees it. I'd like to garnish a bit with spring onion. Let's give it a taste. Mm-hmm. It's delicious.